Hi guys, Mons here. On this episode of Ball in Mons, I was going to give a quick reaction and review to the Premier League game yesterday between Arsenal versus Manchester United. Just before I get started, I want to thank everyone subscribed so far. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you hit on the subscribe button. Thank you very much. So it's been 2 games since Carrick has taken over from the terrorist Ruben Amorim. He's won 2 games in a row. The 2 games he's won has been at Manchester City at home. We won that 2-0, and then away we also won at Arsenal 3-2. I just want you to put the word back out there that we're back up. No, but all joking aside, what I'm going to say is fair play to Mike Carrick. He's had a brilliant start to the season. So far, so good. First 2 games from 2 of the best in the league, and is thoroughly, I would imagine, outplayed Manchester in the first game, and the second game we didn't back down against Arsenal, even though we were away at the Emirates. We went out and attacked Arsenal, which is always a positive sign, in my opinion. I'm going to read out a couple of things I have in my notes here at the moment. So, like I said, since he's taken over, 2 wins out of 2, he's completely changed the mood in the whole Manchester United camp. You can see the players are much happier. You can see the football is much better than it was for the past 18 months. We actually look good in possession, and we actually look very compact out of possession as well, which is always a positive. We didn't sit back and wait for Arsenal to attack us. We actually went out and attacked Arsenal as well, in my opinion. Maguire and Martinez, Lisandro Martinez, unbelievable. One of the best centre-halves displays I've seen in 2 games in a row between Manchester City game and this game. I know we could see the 2 in this game, but both of them were absolutely brilliant. What about Maguire winning man of the match as well? The official man of the match. He's been fantastic. Maguire's mentality has to be studied. He's been absolutely abused to death after maybe the first 2 years at Manchester United. The last couple of years, he's been absolutely abused to death, and he still come out fighting every single time he's playing. He tries his best, and it was fantastic against it last night. And the keeper, Lamens, when you're playing in front of a keeper like that, that's very short. You look better. You look better as a team. He comes out clean crosses. You don't have to worry about him dropping the ball, anything like that. And he made a brilliant save. I think it was in the first half, the header. I think it was Zubimendi. It was point blank save. It was very good. He had enough power in his arms to tip it over the bar for a corner kick. Uncle Casemiro and Kobe Mainoo looked very good together. What about Amorim making our fans, some of our idiotic fans, thinking that Mainoo can't run the middle of the park? I saw the stat that the last 2 games against Manchester City, Arsenal, Mainoo has covered the most distance in Manchester as a Man United player, which is completely opposite to the agenda that Amorim, the terrorist, was pushing against Mainoo. Mainoo was a proper number 8, box to box. He did his defensive work when he had to. Broke up some attack. Got a foot into some of the passes, and then obviously when we got the ball, he looked to play it as well, which was very impressive in my opinion. And Dorgu, I was very critical of Dorgu a couple of weeks ago, but at the start of the season, if anyone watched my preview, I did say Dorgu was one to watch out for this season, because I felt there was something I saw in him whenever he played. There was always something there, and I believed he had a pace, he had the physical abilities. I think technically, that's why it was lacking. Just a little bit of patience when he's thrusting the ball in. His final ball, I thought, was missing. However, this season, especially the last couple of weeks when he's been pushed further up, has been fantastic. There's been comparison between him and Gareth Bale. I'm not going to get too excited, but it's looking good. It's looking very good so far, anyways, for Dorgu. And his goal he took his goal very good. Very good. The one to Bruno Fernandes again. It's just. I'm like, everyone knows my feeling, but I love Bruno Fernandes. 1-2 was brilliant passing between him and Bruno for the goal. Like, looking at a couple of notes here. What about Luke Shaw marking Saka out of the game again in Big 2026? We need to have a conversation about Bukayo Saka. I felt he was probably the best player, one of the best England's best player, or one of the best in the Premier League when he first broke out, maybe like 2-3 years ago. However, the last 18 months, I think overplaying him and hamstring injuries has slowed him down a little bit. He doesn't look as quick as he used to be. And he's only in his 20s, so that's a worrying sign in my opinion. Brian Mbeumo, you cannot overlook his work rate in that. And when he's playing as centre forward, he was absolutely fantastic, and he got a goal as well. Very good. I was very impressed with Brian Mbeumo as usual. Honestly, Amorim, I think you should sack him again. Sack him again in the space of 24 hours. He's an absolute bum. I can't believe he made people think that this team was absolutely useless. I remember last year they called this squad one of the worst Manchester United squad of all time. I told you, I've come on here every single time. I said this squad is better than the credit that people are giving it dues for. And also, like I said, uh, who at the start of the season said this team will definitely be top four? Me. Who a couple of weeks ago said if we had a competent manager, we'll be challenged for the league? Me. So like all my reviews so far, my predictions so far have been spoken for Manchester United. The manager wants to make us believe this team was very, very poor. But this team has been very, very good. This team is a very, very good squad. We have a very, very good squad. I believe, like I said, if we had a competent manager, we'll be higher up in the league and we're pushing for the league title, in my opinion. And what about brother Mateus Cunha? He's Carrick is actually noticed he's better off coming off the bench. Carrick's game management as well, it's fantastic. He's not like Amorim, the previous manager, where he brings on centre halves or wing backs for centre mids and strikers. He actually swapped when Bremer got tired. He brought in Šeško. If that was Amorim, when Bremer got tired, he would have brought in probably Aiden Heaven or something like that. Like or Ugarte. That's what I'm saying. The changes were positive. And even when we went 2-1 up, I felt Arsenal were going to equalise. But I felt very confident even when it was 2-2. The belief in the players, the head wasn't down. The head were all up. There was a little bit disappointed when the goal went in. However, they didn't just lie on the floor. Like when Arsenal conceded the second goal, their head was all over the shop. You can tell how much it meant to them, how disappointed they were. Their body language didn't show like they wanted to go and attack and get more goals to equalise and probably win it. When we conceded the second goal, the equaliser, our body language was fantastic. Calm, collective, and we actually looked like we were going to get the winner. And obviously, my guy brought up Mateus Cunha with a fantastic finish. Mateus Cunha game management is unbelievable as well. He's very, very good bringing out the bench and seeing games out. So is Lamens for holding on to the ball, making saves, taking his time as well. Honestly, it was honestly for me it was a fantastic game. Fantastic, one of the best games I've seen Man United play, especially away at Arsenal. I was chuffed. I was over the moon with that result. I think that's pretty much it. That's cover all my bases in terms of this game. I would say again, we can talk about Carrick at the end of the season, see if he deserves the job or not. But what I would say is we need to be consistent now. 2 wins in a row. I know it took center managers 35 games to get 2 wins in a row, while it's taken Michael Carrick 2 games to get 2 wins in a row. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And against the 2 best teams in the league as well, Manchester City and Arsenal. Going away to Arsenal is not an easy task. We actually scored 3 good goals. 3 of our goals were much better than Arsenal goals. Arsenal goals were from one from a scruffy corner kick, and the other were just very scruffy as well. And our goals were fantastic. Dorgo's strike was clean. I know Buemo he took advantage of the mistake that I think it was Zubimeni that made it, and then the third goal, Mateus Cunha made it passing the ball, Cunha just driving and hitting the ball bottom corner. And Raya as well. Raya for me isn't as good. He's lucky he's playing in the Arsenal team with the good defenders in front of him, because I think some of the goals yesterday he should have been able to save them. He has very short arms. He's like a dinosaur. He's very short as well for a goalkeeper. He's like a dinosaur. So if you put the ball far away from him a little bit, he's not going to be able to reach it. So I think Arsenal will look to get another keeper next year or the year after, in my opinion. That's pretty much it for me. Very, very happy. I think I've covered all the bases in terms of my notes I made in the game. Thank you very much. On to the next one. I can't wait to make a Premier League review for this week and obviously talk about the rest of the game. Thank you very much. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Peace out.